Hi, welcome to Pizza Talk. On today's episode, we have artist Mond Jones. Let's look at some paintings, eat some pizza, like always. Pizza Talk. Hello? Yes, this is Dan Hickey. Pizza Talk today? Hi, welcome to Pizza Talk. I'm your host, Dan Hickey. Before we start today's episode, I'd like to read a haiku I wrote. I myself am a bit of a poet. I wrote haiku. Haiku is a Japanese poem. Disrespect me now. What is this on my plate, man? This isn't pizza. Let's dig into some pizza. Today, we ordered a chicken parmesan pizza. It has tomatoes on it. We ordered this pizza from Pizzeria. Mond?
Yeah.
Do the honors. Wow.
Bro, that look about good as hell.
Good as I'll say. That's a good as pizza.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's eat and chit chat.
All right, for sure. We got napkins. My man Dan got the hookup.
So tell me what you do, man. You're an artist, and let me hear everything about that.
All right. I'm an artist. I draw and paint. Do a little bit of digital artwork here and there. But I'm mainly a painter and an illustrator. I work primarily in inks and acrylics, but I've been experimenting a little bit with oils and graphite, different things like that. Hopefully, planning within the next 2 years to be a part of a tattoo shop or release apprenticing.
Right.
That's when I do what I want to do as a career. But as of right now, I'm just doing commissions here and there, you know.
Okay. All right. That's very cool stuff. Why don't you tell me a little bit about why you got started? What made you want to create art and to keep doing it?
Well, there's like a funny story. When I think I was 2 years old, my parents gave me a pencil, piece of paper, and I'm scribbling around. And they looked at it, and my mom thought it looked like a bike. And there's like an old picture. They still got the picture of it. And it's like there's like these two little circles, like a stick in between. Like, oh my God, look, he drew a bike. I was 2 years old. I didn't know what a bike was. So they thought I was just like...
You were a super genius.
Right, you know, they thought I was... So since then, you know, they've always supported it. I've always liked to draw, scribble here and there. As I got older, you know, I got more into like anime, those little how to draw Dragon Ball Z books. I figured that's how a lot of artists start. And then it just went from there. I actually stopped, like, I was so convinced that I would be a scientist. I've always been interested in science. And I actually lost touch of wanting to be an artist until about 8th grade. I got into graffiti, and that just opened me up to like so much new art, you know, so many new ideas. And then from there on, I knew I was going to go into the field of art.
Wow.
So I've always been passionate about it.
Since he was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any babies that can draw bikes. I don't even personally know any babies as of right now. I haven't known any babies in quite a while.
I don't know any babies. No, I can know a couple babies, I guess.
Well,
We don't like hang out or anything though.
right. You just kind of like,
Just, talk to
it's
them on
one of those
Facebook every
babies
now
you
and
see at a
then.
party. You guys chit chat, you talk for a while. And it's like, all right,
Yeah.
see you next time, baby.
Follow
You're
them
not
on
close friends.
Instagram.
Yeah, you follow this baby's Instagram profile, of course. But why don't you tell me a little bit about your influences and anything else like that? Because I've seen your work. I'm really impressed with it.
Thanks,
And
man.
how old are you?
I'm 18.
18 years old, and you're putting out these complex, wonderful pieces, and I just think it's great. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your influences?
Highly influenced right now, in particular by the internet. Like a lot of internet subcultures, C-punk, vaporwave, internet fashion, health goth, street goth, all that cool that people make fun of on Tumblr, you know.
Right.
And but I even still do like a lot of erotic works.
Okay.
I just had a show recently downtown where it was mainly more surreal illustrations of paintings, just because out of respect for the owner, you know, I couldn't have like a painting of some chick's titties while everybody's trying to eat, you know what I mean? But I do a lot of nudes and stuff like that, and that inspires me a whole lot. But other than that, internet, Salvador Dali, Andrew Loomis, just a couple artists.
Right.
A lot of graffiti artists actually, Sophos, Aries, Nachos, a lot of stuff from Cali.
Really? Oh, okay.
There's a lot that goes into influencing my artwork.
Well, that's good because I mean they're complex and they just have something about them that's just really, it feels good and it feels nice to look at.
Thanks, man.
So do you sell your work? What do you, what mainly? Why do you keep creating work? Is it to get better? What are you doing? Why do you continue to do this?
Just to get better, honestly. As an artist, like, if I could survive off like air, if the world was free, I'll make art for free. I do it just for fun. I do it as a release. I do it to create and to get better, testing myself. I love just like reaching the next level. But, I do sell my work. I do commissions because, like, you can't pay the bills with air, But like I said, I'm hoping to get into tattooing just because it's a more stable job than commissions and like just commissions and doing pieces here and there, Like the show that I just had, like I didn't sell anything, It was pretty dope exposure, everybody complimented it, but it's either you make $1,000 in a month or you make $0. There's like no in between.
So you talked about always trying to get to the next level. Right now, where you're at, what is the next level for you?
The next level for me is, I think, realism. Just because I've been practicing, I've always been pretty good at rendering, and creating an image, but I was never interested in realism. My theory about it was we got cameras, so who wants to draw something that looks just like a picture? But in order to distort something, you gotta have like the base form of it first, Like Salvador Dali had to learn how to draw real people before he started stretching their arms all these crazy ways, you know what I mean? So the next level for me is realism, graphite, like hyper-realism, like really good rendering and different stuff like that. So that's what I've been studying a whole lot. I'm not going to art school, but I got a couple books. I've been like studying a couple hours a day. So.
That's good stuff. It's all about educating yourself, really. So where did you have this gallery show at a little while back?
At Kate's downtown, in downtown Port Huron.
Okay, all right, and I think we have some footage from there, so why don't we go check that out?
Yo, this is Mond Jones. I'm 18, from Port Huron, and we're on the spot. I got a friend, a guy that I skate with, Gage Obarski. He told me, like, hey, your work's pretty good, you should go down to Kate's. My aunt has this restaurant, and she has artists up every now and then. Brought in like a portfolio, came by and talked to her, she was like, yeah, put it up, it's pretty dope. These pieces first came about like late 2013, early 2014, and I had got into a lot of graffiti and street artists. There was an artist in particular named Nachos who would chop up the limbs of his pieces, to give them more dimension or make them more interesting and whatnot. And I've done it for a lot of my pieces over the last couple years. Is I've like taken them and give them like a really illustrative look, cut up the pieces, give them a lot of dimension. We got a Game Boy, blue Game Boy, playing Pokemon Red version. You already know. The title Delete comes from an artist called Blade or Bladey. He's got 2 E's at the end. And his album is called Delete, and it's got 2 E's at the end. And the quote that I got, Shadow Ice Knife, is just like, this is the pieces. It's a black knife, like a shadow, and it's sticking through like a freeze pop. I thought it was kind of clever. It was just lyrics from the song. I don't even know if they mean anything, but I thought it was really cool. It inspired me to do this piece. And I was just going again for that same traditional like tattoo style. But I've had people ask me like, yo, is that like an Aussie? Is that Illuminati? No, it's not. It doesn't mean anything. That's where the best art comes from, honestly, Just the artist wanted to paint something cool, and there you go. There's something cool. My aesthetic, I could probably describe it as, I don't know, like emo picnic tablecloth, because I like a lot of black and I like a lot of flannel. I don't know, heavily inspired by internet culture and art. Like, I know my art aesthetic is different. It's like really surreal and abstract. It ranges from pieces like this one here to like the little guys with the chopped up arms, to stencils, to like I do a lot of nude art. I didn't put it here just because out of respect for everybody. You got people sitting down eating, they don't want to see like boobs and stuff everywhere. But Yeah. So, like an emo picnic table that just so happened to be an artist, I guess.
Parmesan chicken pizza, chicken Parmesan pizza. Eat it, put it in your mouth, chew it up, it's good. I've got mail. It's pizza mail. Sounds like we have mail. It's time for pizza mail. This letter comes from Glenn, age 9, from Massachusetts. Dear Danny, I love Pizza Talk. You're funny. You're foony. You're foony. You are foony. P.S. Glee BB Scallop. Love Glenn. Thanks, Glenn. We'll definitely take that into consideration. We really understand your frustration. Here at Pizza Talk, we're here to serve you. Our next letter comes from Megan Huggies. Megan Huggies from Chernobyl. Dear Dan Hickey, I am the owner of the original Pizza Talk, where I talk about boys and eat pizza in bed. I am contacting you because I have contacted the government and we are taking legal action to shut down Pizza Talk with Dan Hickey. You messed with the wrong pizza, bitch. Sincerely, Megan Hughes. Megan!
That's unfortunate.
Let's go to our next segment, the pizza quiz. Welcome to Quick Pizza. 30 seconds on the clock now. Ready, Mond? Go. What's your favorite kind of pizza?
Peanut butter and ravioli pizza.
Peanut butter and ravioli pizza. Where do you obtain that?
At the peanut butter and ravioli thrift store.
Where can we find that store?
It is in Antarctica.
Where do babies come from?
Babies come from the stork. Obviously. Then you take second grade.
Salt or pepper?
Pepper.
Cayenne pepper or pepper?
Kanye pepper.
Ranch dressing or pepper?
Pepper. I like spicy.
Pepper or leaves from a tree? Tree leaves. Average tree leaves.
Tree leaves, because we got to protect the environment.
Time's up.
Did I pass the quiz? I feel like I did pretty good.
So back to being at the gallery in Kate's downtown and stuff. Do you think that you have more fans locally or more online with your presence?
That is a good question. I know a lot of my fans, like a lot of my local fans, are younger. You know, between the ages of 16 and 23. But I do have a lot of fans online. Actually, I do have a nice following, you know, through my Twitter and Instagram. Trap Samurai 666 Instagram, you know, Tumblr, all that same stuff. But I think it is because of it is so internet influence that a lot of my fans are online. But I do have a nice support group, you know, locally. But a lot of them are younger. A lot of them aren't buying art, you know, don't have money for art. So I might want to reach out to an older group later, you know what I mean? Paint some lighthouses, do some reclining nudes, classical type stuff.
Do you have an online persona? Are you different on the internet?
No, not really. Well, no, I'm not different. I'm like the same guy. I guess like my internet persona is my real life persona.
Who are you on the inside, you shell? You artist?
Who am I on the inside? I am...
You empty, hollow creature?
Oh my god, I think I might cry. I'm like a god. That's what I feel like I am. I feel like everybody's a god though. Like you're a god too, bro. I'm just a spiritual being traveling through like this human existence for a temporary time, you know, to gain human enlightenment, to add on to my spiritual enlightenment. You know what I mean?
That wraps it up for this week. Thanks for tuning in to Pizza Talk. Thanks for coming on, Mond.
For sure, man. Thanks.